Okay, YouTubers, this is an update on the welding and stuff I did to the old Carter go-kart. Let me go over here to the roll bar. I told you I was going to do some bracing. Here I took on the back side, I basically took an L bracket and I notched it out right there. And back here, took a little bit off here and here with a machine called Piranha at school. I welded it in, and that adds brace into there to add that strength. I'm going to end up reversing this because I want this on this side. I put a brace right there and right there. Basically, I just took scrap metal and done that in. I'm getting really better at welding on thin metal stuff. Some of y'all look at that and say they don't look worth a crud, but it got better over here. And part of taking these welding classes was part of that. You can see how I got a bumper out the front. The majority part of the bumper was to make sure it doesn't get in the way of the steering stuff and protects it. And like I said, you can see better welds there. And that piece runs along. You can see the heat discoloration right there on the frame, because I had ended up tacking it, and then I went back and I would stitch weld or put like 1.5 inch welds down through there and down through there. So that's going to combine that whole thing in, and everywhere that it came across the regular frame, I welded it in there too. And I was telling you I was going to cross brace it. Well, here's that cross brace. It connects in with this extra frame to that one is connected in, and that one, and the extra frame that I added in. Here's the motor plate and how I raised it up. I did set it back probably 1 inch or more. And you can see from the heat patterns on the top, I took square tubing. It was 2 inch by 1 inch. And I basically just got it in the spots that I could. That one was pretty tough, that last one, to get into, because it's just a little bit at the very back holding it on to the bottom plate. The frame had broken 2 places, right here and right here. And so part of that was bracing all that in. You can see my back bumper. This piece right here, I'm going to have to take a piece of pipe and kind of bend it back some, because the valve cover or the head of the motor touches right in this area. And I wanted to have more room because my motor was hitting up here on the back of the seat and hitting back here. Also, a little bit more chain, had the ability to adjust it better. But you can see how I didn't have these tubes long enough, and I just put scrap back there and raised it up a little bit more, and put that out there just a little bit more. So that worked out pretty good. Let me flip it over so we can see. Now you can see there's some of my stitch welds. And for the thin stuff, that's where I was needing my most practice, and that turned out pretty good, I think. And you can see how wherever there was a tube, I would combine it in with that. There's my cross brace, how it goes out to the back. That's going to really strengthen it up. This front sheet metal piece is really tied in good with this. So this is really held in good. And so that brake right there and right over there are going to be taken care of. So this is going to be good for a long, long, long time, and that's the thing about it. It's small. The smaller kids do really good with this. It's the one I've had the longest, and that's why it's an old favorite of mine. And the roll cage has a little horseshoe thing that will fit over, and I'll put a nut and bolt through and hold it in. I'm going to put something right here and put some sort of fender. Since this is the drive wheel, it tends to throw crap like crazy, and especially with that 6.5 horse on there. I'll have to put something right there to keep slinging stuff, but this will be a good style of fix. I mean, this is a good, it's not adding that much weight to it, and with the 6.5 horse motor, it's really going to be able to pull good. I went and was looking at some vinyl. I need to find some wood and do something to it this time so it won't rot apart. And oh, I meant to show you guys, you see that brace on the steering column? I put that in a while back. It's not welded in, but when you look at the steering column, the only thing supporting is that tube right there, which goes down to there, and I've seen that would probably, there's times when I noticed the thing was sitting here and idle and that steering wheel would shake like crazy, and I thought that needs a brace right there. So it's tied into the floor right there. It's just a piece of angle iron. They got a U-piece that goes through it right there, or a U-bolt, I'm sorry, U-bolt. So that's what I did. The guys were wanting me to cut all this stuff off, and I just didn't want to spend time and mess with it. And you just leave it like, I was just going to just leave it. You know, I may trim that little extra horn piece off, but I mean, it really, to me, doesn't detract. Get me a can of Rust-Oleum and paint it up, and because I got to cover up them spots too. And but I need another clutch. Keep going through clutches on these things, and I got to find a better clutch. These old cheap clutches, you know, they just go away. Maybe try out a Hill brand this time. I got me another tire. Check the bearings out and stuff like that, and then I'll be able to have this one together and going good. So if y'all got one like that, there's some good tricks and tips for that. So have a good look right there. We'll catch you guys later. I'll do a video when I get her done. Catch you later. Bye.